Gonna be a long one. Hey there, Andrew, C1G Paintball. Welcome to another video. This one shot at Warzone Paintball in Rigo. It is a team deathmatch, multiple lives. Everybody gets 2 lives. We're playing on the village map. Now, 2 lives makes a big difference in certain games. And certain maps, a whole bunch of variables. This one in particular, the most important variable are the players. It's the crew that's been coming out since August. A lot of good, enthusiastic players. They play hard, they do not cross the line. We have a very low idiot factor, which is 0 for this game, but there's lots of shots. Guys are not crossing the line, just playing hard. So, Connor's in the orange team, I am on the gold team. Connor's team spawns here, my team spawns here. Talking to my players before the game, and you'll hear us talking a bit, both sides. I'll include that in the footage, showing us talking before the game, seeing what we're going to do. I know that Connor is probably going to run north, so our team spawning here. I know he'll probably come in here, maybe even with other players. That's the move he makes. I can't counter that personally. I'm not fast enough. I've got some players going north to try to counter it. But basically, it is easier for Connor's side to take the north area of the map. Generally, it is easier for my side to take the south. Now, another factor in this game is, well, the name of the series is Bad Batch. It has nothing to do with Star Wars. It has to do with the paint. Warzone Paintball never have a problem with their paint. We had a little problem on this day. It was hot, sticky, unusually hot week for late August. So it was not ideal conditions for the paint. So the paint wasn't a waste, but there was a lot of bouncing, breaking when it was out of the barrel. Not all the shots, but a lot. This is something that everybody who got the field paint, the member paint, had to deal with. And again, I'm not knocking Warzone Paintball. This happens sometimes. It's the first time it's happened in 3 years since I've been there, so give an idea. It's actually an interesting variable and has a big bearing on this game. So take that into mind. But you know what? The best way to show you what I mean is to show you the game. So, let's go.
You kind of watch it, it's like a bit like muddy there.
Okay.
Like you can slip going down the hill.
Assume you're going to have a bunch of people running down left to the next spawn point. Okay. So you got the green box here, yeah, and then that spawn right there, right? Okay. So if you run past the green box, yeah, watch right, because you're going to have people shooting at you. Okay.
What was that? What's the plan? I'm going to that building right there.
The gray one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to play in the corner.
Okay. I'll let you take that side, I'll go get the left side.
Perfect.
Yeah, everybody's having problems with balls today. I can't see shit.
I'm fogging up too.
It's hot now.
Yeah.
I mean, Jay was using his pump, no? No.
Is he?
Yeah. Yeah! 3, 2, 1. Three left, couple right. Don't worry.
So Connor indeed charges in to the northwest part of the field. He's literally shooting as this freeze frame happens. I got 3 of my teammates who did go up north. They're huddled behind a pretty small barrier. Now Connor's going to take, he's going to hit some of these guys. I think he takes at least 1 life away. So 1 guy has to respawn right away. But Connor's going to cause some damage before he himself gets hit. He's got 2 lives. He took a risk with this first one. And when he goes back to his spawn, you're going to notice when he gets to his spawn, there's still a lot of his players there. A lot of good players too. He's going to give them invaluable recon about what's going on. So while someone like me that stayed in spawn from the start of the game, because I wanted to react how things are going. I mentioned before, I knew Connor would probably be going north. I wanted to direct my teammates, since I had more experience on this map in dealing with Connor, and Thomas, by the way, who's on the other team, who's also knows the map very well. So Connor's going to go to his spawn, and he's going to let everybody know what's going. So those good players that are still there, they're going to go out now. Now you'll notice I'm talking to a couple of teammates that are in the spawn bunker with me. In particular, there is a woman to my left. She's kind of crouched down to the ground low. It's one of her first games of the day. She came with her husband. They came with another couple. When you have a player, female or male, has nothing to do with the fact that she's female, but there are new players that kind of crouch down and just cower isn't the right word, but kind of just hide a bit. The best way to get them engaged is to talk to them, make them feel a part of them, talk it out with them. So I'm going to do that a couple of times in the game with her. And any kind of noob, whether it's a kid, whether it's a girl, whether it's a guy, it's just something that you do. It's very easy to do to engage them. I want to point out that the subsequent games, I think this is game like 5 or 6 in a day, we played 10 to a dozen. She did absolutely fine, but you're going to see here where I do try, once again, to engage her to get her to the game. I believe it was her husband that was in the spawn with us. He's going to help a bit. He's already firing away and everything. He seems to know what he's doing. I want to help them both, though, from my knowledge and experience on this field in particular.
Wind them down. We got time on this one, guys.
Holy shit, guys, get on the right side.
Not a bad idea. Yeah, that's one.
There's a person!
Back in campus. Not campus, but pick. He took his chance. That's good.
Thomas, half the team on the right. Half the team. They all took that building right away. Half the team there.
Okay, I want to go to 2. Is that stupid?
They're all there.
Thank you. I need my conscience here.
I just ran into like half the team.
Okay, they just got guys long balling here.
I can't see shit.
So I'm looking back at the spot where Connor was at the beginning of the game, where he got knocked out but caused some heavy damage to my team. I want to swing left on the road, get behind there and clear it out, because I know that Connor's likely to go back there. Now, recently at the field, they decided that the road between the safe zone and the start of the field here, it's out of bounds. So as I run up there, a lot of the experienced players are used to running on here. So I'm running kind of along the border. I stray in the middle of it a little bit, and you'll see me adjust myself. As this is happening, I'm getting shot from my side, from midfield. So I decide to be mobile and a little bit of chaos.
You know, throw me cover left. Oh fuck, I'm on the road.
This is fun. Yeah. I died 2 seconds in. I don't know where to go.
So I'm looking back to the referee here, and I'm asking him if a shot broke. Why? Well, obviously a shot hit me. Why can't I look for myself? It's on my back. Why on my back? Because I actually got hit by friendly fire. A teammate of mine fired, so I want to see, did it break? Sure enough, it broke. It happens. I'm going to head back to spawn. I'm a little annoyed, I'll be honest, but it happens, friendly fire. Now, as I do this, coincidentally, you'll see when Connor's camera, he will haul ass, he will run. back towards the spot where he went before. Not exactly there, but right back into it. You did hear him before telling his teammates, I got a lot of teammates in this area. Where I got team killed from, there are 3 players behind that. So yeah, there's lots of action and lots of potential kills for enemies going back here, and that's what Connor's doing as I head back to spawn.
Oh fuck, I don't have it. I'm okay.
You got me?
See.
That's one life. Okay. Nice shot, but wrong color. You got me. It's okay, it's funny. I got to the spot where I got fucking team killed. The guy with the funk. Connor's on the right? Oh shit.
So Connor has gone back along the western edge of the map. He's a little further out though, just beside the road. The first time out he was in this position here. Now he's here. He's firing upon the 3 teammates of mine, so his enemies, that are in this location here. Now, remember, Bad Batch series of videos. Connor is going to fire a bunch of shots at these guys. They're hitting, but there's not a lot of breaks. Luckily, there's a referee you'll see to the right who's literally behind these guys, practically on top of them, looking, pointing out when they break. So Connor's going to be calling, you know, I hit him, but the referee is going to be there to verify the breaks. So yeah, there's going to be lots of shots, lots of breaks, lots of action. Let's watch.
Okay. I'd like to go to zigzag.
He's not going out!
You paid for this, come on. Oh shit.
They're not going out!
Nice shots.
He's not going out!
We'll get pump on the left.
So once again, I engage my teammates in the spawn area, you know, to get involved in the game and that. When the footage restarts, Connor is going to mention he has absolutely cleared out those 3 teammates of mine behind that barrier, the spot where I got team killed from as well. They aren't out of the game yet, but it's, you know, they got to respawn. Now, for myself, I'm lined up here and I'm going to long ball and arc a couple of shots, and I'm actually going to hit Nevin, giving him his first out of the game, but he's still got another one.
I got one.
Thomas! Thomas!
Nevin's out.
Thomas!
Nice.
Thomas, I got them!
Watch it, volley come
I
in.
got 3 guys, that building's clear!
Now Connor has gone slightly east. He sees Thomas right in front of him there. Connor and Thomas on the north part of the field, slightly higher ground. That's good for his orange team, bad for my yellow team when these 2 guys are teaming up and in such a position on the field. Now as we go back to my camera, I'm eyeballing this spot here. It's a little bit closer to Connor. I realize Connor is further away in the north part of the map, so I want to make up a little bit of ground on him because we're just slightly out of range. Now when the footage restarts, I'm going to give Nevin just some lighthearted ribbing, like it's a shame you're out of the game, as he walks off the field. But he didn't get hit a second time. He was having marker issues. So I kind of felt bad after I said that, but it happens during a game. I actually offer, you know, do you want to use my Tipex just after the game in case his marker is not fixable? So just bring a little bit of clarity to that.
Fuck. Nevin! That's a fucking shame you're out, my friend. Oh, it's the gun? You want to try my Tipex after if you want, buddy?
Now Connor's positioned himself here. You can kind of see the core and middle of the field. For myself and my point of view camera in the corner, I'm still lined up to the north looking for Connor while he's like staring in the guts of the field. Now where he's aimed, by the way, there's a lot of barriers between it, but in this area here, there's a lot of my teammates, especially the ones that already took 1 hit. They're kind of pulling together there, so this isn't a bad spot for him to aim. He can't see how many players are there, but pretty decent spot to be aimed at right now. Now when the video restarts, Connor's going to be talking to Thomas. Thomas is right here on the field. Now Connor is offering to take that corner position to get a better angle on the on my team spawn because Thomas uses a pump. So Connor's got a hopper with all that firepower. But Connor decides, even better, he's going to go swing around wide, go back to this spot again, so both him and Thomas have an angle again on my spawn.
You want me to take the corner there? Oh, should I go there and shoot them? Yeah, but do I get a better shot there? Thomas, behind the yellow ball! One's going back!
This is rare for me. I haven't seen the middle of the field like this, stared at it since the very beginning where I kind of just stayed at my spawn point. Got to put my head down. I'm lucky I didn't get clocked here. By the way, for reference, that is the orange team spawn. Connor and Thomas, that's where their spawn is.
It's my dad on the yellow ball! Oh, fuck! There's Connor left! Connor left! Excuse me, miss, what's your name?
Connor calls out my position. I hear it. I don't panic, but I know it's urgent. I get to a different spot. I'm not in a great spot here. Now, I've tried to engage the woman that was in the spawn with me. One of the best and easiest ways to engage a new player is just tell them, hey man, do you want to just lean over, throw me some cover fire? Now, I want to do that, but I realize that if she's going to actually, if I tell her to give me cover fire, she's going to have to lean in the doorway and shoot beside me. I want to get in that doorway. So I realize, you know what, I don't need her cover right now. I'm just make a dash for that open doorway so I can get to a safer spot.
Thomas! Yellow ball, my dad's there! He just ran inside! Ref, back!
I get into my spawn point, I made that little dash, I say a really bad word. Why? Because just as I entered into the building, shot goes off my back. Not sure where it's from. A lot of padding on my vest, a lot of times shots don't break. This could be part of the whole bad batch thing with the balls, but it's very often you get hit in the back when you're wearing a vest, it doesn't break. So I'm gonna ask the ref, and sure enough, I didn't dodge a bullet because it hit me, but I get lucky, it didn't break. I am still in the game for now.
Oh, thank you! Excuse me, miss. It's my son that's up there. Keep poking your head back and forth. He's going to shoot at you and I'm going to hit him.
Okay, I'll do it.
Theoretically. No, he won't want to hit a girl.
All right, engaging my teammates. We have the woman and her husband here. I'm assuming it's her husband. If not, it's going to see a really good friend. I don't want to cause a divorce by this video. I want her to kind of be a distraction in the doorway. Go back and forth. Draw Connor's fire, and I'm just going to go to the left and try to pick Connor off. So the guy in there with him, possibly husband, possibly secret friend. But right now, absolutely a teammate. He offered to do the same look. I just want them to distract, draw Connor's fire. But here's the thing. Look at Connor's camera. That high-pitched voice. Look at Connor's camera. Look at Connor's camera. Aiming at the doorway, I'm going to go to my left, to his right. It's not really difficult for Connor to just slightly go right and pick me off, so it's a high-risk kind of move. Worth a try, right?
You know, it'd be nice if I was shooting.
Well, that didn't really work out. Before I started firing at Connor's position, or where I thought he was, he already moved out of the way. He went to his left, a little bit east, and even had he stayed, my marker needed to change magazines. I was going to blame my marker. No person blame is me. I didn't check. I have no shots left. Now, Connor's looking here. He can see Thomas in front of him. Thomas has got an angle on spawn. They are still in a great position.
He's at the top of the hill just waiting, Connor. Watch your left.
So I've gone to the south side of my spawn here, so I'm looking along the bottom of the map, so to speak. I see a lot of teammates there. A lot of them have already used up a life. Honestly, we should have pushed much further east. We do have some teammates further east, but these guys do not have a clear line, a path to get to them to back them up. So it's not ideal here. They're alive, so that's okay. And when we restart, you're going to see Connor move around a bit. He's exploring some different angles.
Come on.
Talking about Connor exploring different angles, he's inside a building now. He can see the front of my spawn. Pretty decent angle, kiddo. Now when the video restarts, I got a decent angle on Thomas. He's where Connor was before. We got bad batch happening again. You're going to see shots break when they leave my TMC. So look, it's hard enough to get Thomas, but when your shots aren't even getting there, you don't get there, they can't hit.
Chop and paint like it's my fucking job. Thomas, let me take it, Let me take this. I got hopper. Let me get the angle.
Now, Connor is talking with Thomas around this corner here. Thomas has a couple of enemies over the game, including myself just recently engaged with him. Thomas got that pump, so it's one shot at a time. Thomas has on the field right now, and on this day, he's probably the guy, if you gave him one shot, if you said you're only allowed to shoot one shot at a time to get people out, he's the most experienced, he's the most likely to hit it. But when you're playing against him like that, you can kind of time it out with the distance, like, okay, here's this one shot and dodge it. So Connor wants to swap out, so whoever is engaged in that corner thinking it's Thomas, Connor with his hopper can get that steady stream and maybe take some enemies out. It's kind of a good swap, a good idea to try this.
They're gonna make a charge on the left. Yeah, I'll try to, I'll light them up. Oh fuck, they're pinching.
So I mentioned that the enemy is pinching because we've got Connor, Thomas, and a couple of guys mid near the well closing in on us. Connor is in that spot where he started the game, and I'm going to this area again to try to get a different angle as the enemy closes in on us. But for Connor, just like before when I wanted a distraction in the doorway from my teammates, whether I'm on the left side or the right side of the building for him, because of the distance, if he's waiting to hit me on the right, but then I go to the left, he just has to angle his marker slightly to take me out.
Oh!
So yeah, I got knocked out. You didn't see that coming? Is this the first video you've watched of ours? If it is, get used to seeing that if you're going to watch any other ones. I'm out. Connor has advanced to probably the most popular spot on the east side of the field. It's the spot where he actually, when he started the game, he went in and got some hits on some of my teammates, and where he cleared out the 3 players, including the team killer who got me there. There's not, and you can see from his point of view on his camera, there's not a lot of room here. I don't know how 3 guys got there before. But he is here, he is a bit exposed. He fired a bunch of shots into my spawn. So he's doing well. Like I said, a bit more exposed, but hey, no risk, no reward, right? Now Connor is angled towards the middle of the field. You can actually see his own spawn point here. He knows he's caused a lot of damage like straight ahead to him on my team spawn. So he has options now. He is more exposed, I mentioned that before. He is going to come under fire soon, but just checking out his options. And unfortunately, he's a player. When he's on the other team, you don't want to give him options. Connor keeps going left, right, finding angles. Soon, the fire I mentioned coming his way will come. It'll come from kind of ahead of him, from my spawn. It'll come from the left side as well, and even on a 45-degree angle where my players were pooling in the south before. They aren't making it easy for this guy. Who is they? My teammates. It's their job. Good job, at least for now.
Thomas, I need help! I need fucking help, please! I don't know where! They're shooting me from like all three sides!
Connor asked Thomas for support. He's under fire. It ain't gonna be easy. Because Thomas leaning out from his cover is gonna face a lot of the fire that Connor's getting. But hey, you gotta support your teammates. Now, zigzag is a spot here on the field. And there's an enemy there, so to Connor's left and just on the other side of the building where Thomas is.
Mainly from the left, I think. Thomas! The maze right in front of you! He's on the right side shooting at me!
Connor takes another enemy out. It's been a good run for him. It's been a good game, but when you're kind of on the edge, living on the edge like that, inevitably you can get knocked out. Now, what happens next? Something that really Connor couldn't control too much.
Okay, I'm dead. Yeah, I'm out of balls.
He's dead.
I know. They're gonna shoot my hand.
So, Connor's out. What couldn't he control? He ran out of shots. And right at the end there, he was shooting left, angled right, in some serious firefights. He's got nothing left. He's been known to stay on the field when he runs out of shots and kind of bluff his way, but he's totally pinned here. There's nothing he can do. He walks off the field. For the record, Orange did win the team. I mean, look how they just crushed my team at spawn. Maybe you thought we were doing the same to his team. Unfortunately, we were not. So, a good one. Just having one life each, this would have been over quickly. People would have played it so much differently. Maybe it would have been longer. Maybe it wouldn't have been quickly. But having that extra life with this group of players that kind of just go out there, go for it, very respectful, granted, made this kind of, I don't like using the word, I use it a lot lately because we have such a great group of guys to play with. Bit of an epic match here. So, I managed to land a shot or two. Connor lands a few shots. We play well. I try to engage with my teammates, my new teammates, especially the newer players. Connor talks with Thomas, some other players on the team, good communication, a lot of great things out of this game. And all the communication and working with your teammates, that's a big reason why this game turned out so well. My team didn't win. How can you say the game turned out well, Andrew? Because it's all about going out there, doing your best, having fun. Because remember, I set this one up good, right? At the end of the day, it's just a game.
Game over.